Hi, I'm Harry, and today I'm interviewing Mr. Ross from Cheadle Hulme Primary School.
And hi, I'm Mr. Ross, and this is Harry, and he's going to put me through a right grilling.
Okay, first question. At what point of your life did you realise you wanted to become a teacher, and why?
Now, Harry, I'm going to let you into a secret now. So, at the age of 40, I decided that my previous job didn't really fulfil what I wanted my life to fulfil. And my wife was a scientist and is still a scientist, and she came home every night and she kept telling me, I'm saving people's lives. And I thought, okay, what am I doing in my former career? Well, I was making rich people richer. And I thought, actually, I want to do something a little bit different. And I was coaching football for children. You've seen me coach my kids play football. And I was getting more satisfaction out of coaching football and seeing children progress and develop. So I thought, could I do that for a living? And I thought, why not? Let's become a teacher.
Can you describe what a fulfilling day in a classroom looks like?
Okay, so teaching in reception can be completely different from teaching anywhere else, because 1 minute there could be paint going all over the place, the next minute there could be somebody crying. So a fulfilling day for me is children learn, they know their routines, they are engaged, they are happy, they are safe and they're secure. Because as a teacher, my main goal is to keep you guys safe and secure.
Why is teaching your calling?
Okay, so as I've said, I coached football for children. And that really meant something to me. That filled my heart with joy. But I am from a family of teachers. So my mum was a teacher, my sister was a teacher, my aunties and uncles were teachers. And I thought to myself, you know what, I think this might be a career that I can really develop in. So my previous job, I thought, you know what, I don't want to do it anymore. So I handed my notice in, and the first thing that I did, I went to volunteer at school. So I went into year 4, so where you were last year. So I went into year 4 and thought, okay, can I see what the teachers do? And after about 2 or 3 days of working with these teachers, I thought to myself, I think I could do this job. I could utilise all the skills that I've learned in my previous job, which was managing people, working with people, and seeing if I could teach. And that first got me really interested in why I wanted to become a teacher, and that was basically my calling. I went through a teacher training programme with the Laurus Institute and met really great, fulfilling people along the way, and it made me realise I want to become a teacher.
How do you strike a good work/life balance?
A good work-life balance, okay? So, a good work-life balance. Now, I have a lot of work to do. So I'm the PE lead, I'm also a teacher in reception, but I also have a very, very busy life. I've got 2 children of my own. They both do all sorts of activities, football, gymnastics, dancing. I've got a dog. I've got a lovely family. So I have to always think about what are the priorities for me in my life. So I know that if I've got some planning to do, some planning that I need to do at the weekends, I'll try and do it early in the morning so then I can take my children out, or I can go and watch them play football or netball, or I can go for a big long and walk with the dog. My work-life balance is such that if I can get my work done, I can go and see my family, I can see my friends, and I just make sure that I always prioritise both.
Apart from patience and understanding, what makes a great teacher?
I think for me, somebody who cares deeply about what they do. Someone that can look at the children and say, it's not just 30 here, every individual child is different, every individual child is unique. It's about understanding everyone's opinions, understanding what makes people motivated, and to encourage the diversity that we have in our population of children.
How does teaching give you a purpose?
I work with children and I can see them develop. I can see a child come to me who's not able to hold a pen, who's not able to read and write, and within 3, 4, 5, 6 months, however long it takes, we get that child reading. And for me, that's a huge satisfaction. When I speak to the parents at Parents' Evening, I can see the smiles on their faces. You've taught my child to read. You've taught my child to sit straight. You've taught my child how to hop, skip and jump. Small things that you now in year 5 will be thinking, I can do this now, but going back a number of years, that really means something. And to me, the joy on their faces and the joy of the children seeing that achievement really means something.
20 years from now, what would you like your former pupils to remember you for, and why?
You know what, I really hope I'm here 20 years from now. For me, that would be an absolute blessing. But 20 years from now, I would hope that they see me as the gateway for coming into school, learning how to read and write. And I'll be honest, I hope they would remember me as somebody not only that taught them things, but brought music in their life, that brought sport in their life, that really developed them as a good citizen, knowing morals, knowing to hold the door open for people. Someone that really gave them that good foundation and grounding to make sure they have a really successful life in school.
What's your standout moment in teaching so far, and why?
There are some children that do find school tough, and to have sort of 9, 10, 11 months with me and to see them not being able to sit properly, not being able to attend, not having the listening and attention necessary to be at school, but suddenly working closely, to see them then go into year 1 and I go and present an assembly and I see that person then looking at me, listening, having a great attention span, that for me is absolutely golden.
What makes teaching a job like no other?
Okay, you're smiling now, aren't you? I like it. So it's teaching is demanding, there's no question about that. But we are jacks of all trades. That means we do lots and lots of things. I hope we are masters of lots of things as well. But we are a jack of all trades. There's no job like this. 1 minute I could be doing PE, the next minute I could be on lunch duty. I could be then suddenly doing maths, and then the next minute I'm doing English. We, especially in primary education, we do so many things to try and create citizens of tomorrow. And it's not just for me about teaching educational things. It's about, like I said before, holding the door open for somebody, making sure you're a good citizen in your community. And I bet you can remember your teachers that you've had previously. And I certainly can remember my reception teacher when I first walked through that. It was a long time ago. Don't be smiling at me. I know it was a long time ago. But I can remember what she did for me. And not only did she help me develop in my maths and literacy and various other things, but she helped me feel secure and safe.
When you see potential in a pupil, how do you encourage their growth?
In reception, I see potential all the time. For me, it's about encouraging that and working with them, designing profiles to ensure that they can learn and develop. There's no point in me seeing somebody excel at something and then holding that back. We want to try and stretch them as much as possible. I would be encouraging, I would be positive, and I would ensure that the children learn with me.
Final question. What is your favourite subject to teach and why?
Oh, that's a hard one, Harry. My favourite subject to teach. I love most subjects. You know that I love PE. But I would be honestly say my favourite subject at the moment is drawing club. It is not only literacy based, but it's also art based. We help the children who potentially need more help writing, and the children that might not want to write. We get images, we put them down on paper, they can see that, they can draw, then we bring it to life with a secret code, and all the children want to be part of drawing club. So in a nutshell, it's more of a literacy based with art that I really like doing, which is drawing club at this moment in time. Thank you. Do I get to ask you a question now?
I guess you do.
Oh, come on, how many questions can I ask you?
Let's say 2.
Let's say 2. Are we in agreement with 2? Okay. What's your favourite subject and why?
So I have to say PE because I do lots of sports, including football, and whenever I see someone else better than me, I use it as motivation to make me work harder and eventually try and be better than them, so I never stop working hard.
I like it. And my second question, what do you think makes a good teacher?
So I think a good teacher is firm but fair. I think, like you said, they really care about what they do, making the children feel safe and secure, and they've got to really bond with the class they teach.
Okay, I like it. And one thing that really shone to me when you were asking those questions, by the way, you were brilliant at doing that interview, so I'm glad we're carrying on with this. You were really good, Harry. I'm very, very delighted that you did that. One of the things that really shone for me, last year I worked with a boy who found it very, very difficult to verbalise, to speak. But we I was very patient, I was caring, I was understanding. I didn't put any pressure on that boy. And then one day we did World Book Day. And we all dressed as characters for World Book Day. And I was dressed as a character with long hair and a wig and all sorts of things on my face. And that boy stood up and spoke to the class for the first time. And it brought massive joy in my heart because I knew what we'd done with him just worked for him. And I know, speaking to year one now, that that boy is excelling. And everything that we did, the patient and calm approach, really did pay dividends. And it just makes me feel really satisfied that something I did changed their life. But for you, when you carry on in your education, year 6, and then go into high school, what I would say is, as long as you continue to work hard and show the abilities that you have on the football field and also in the school ground, you'll be great. If it's anything to go with, I think you could be your next budding football commentator. What do you think?
Go on.
Yeah, we'll try that. Nice work. Well, thank you very much for interviewing me. I really appreciate your time today. Cheers, Harry.
Thank you.